my YouTube channel. I'm Frenchie Francesca, and if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, welcome. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button to be a part of the family. Today's video is going to be a update on a video I made 4 months ago about my daughter possibly being delayed, right? So just to give you a little recap, my daughter Isabella, she is currently 23 months, so she's turning 2 the end of November. My little baby Isabella was born premature, right? So there's nothing wrong with born premature, but there may be some complications, right? Isabella was born at 31 weeks gestational age, which is 7 months. This was spontaneous. I've done everything right. During my pregnancy, I drank a lot of water. I took my vitamins. I ate a lot of fruits, vegetables, proteins. Like, I did everything right, especially that was my first pregnancy. 4 months ago, I took her to her pediatrician appointment. And before that, I wasn't concerned about anything but one thing. And it was calling out her name. So whenever me and her dad Lloyd, we would call her out, we would call her name, and it's like she was ignoring us. And we're like, little girl, you know your name, because there are times where we call her name and she turns around and she gives us her attention. But it's more often that she doesn't. Now, let's go back to her pediatrician appointment. At her pediatrician appointment, there was a whole list of milestones. I believe this was her 15-month visit. I'm checking all of the boxes. Most of the boxes are checked no, right? So that's when I realized, okay, again, something may be possibly wrong. Relax, calm down, ask questions, and see, what we can do moving on forward. Her pediatrician recommended early intervention. She now has a developmental teacher 2 times a week for 30 minutes, which I don't think is enough. And she also sees a speech therapist twice a week as well. So again, I don't think that 30 minutes each session is enough. So I definitely recommended more time for her. The big thing, she recently, a few days ago, had a psychological evaluation. Now, during this psychological evaluation, you see how she plays with me, how the eye contact is, the name calling, the different type of commands, like come here, sit down, can you bring me this toy? Regular commands, you know what I mean? Isabella, unfortunately, was diagnosed with autism. Now, she is in the spectrum. She's in the autism spectrum. She's in the middle, so it's not too bad and it's not good. Like, she's literally in the middle. So she did okay when she was doing her evaluation. It wasn't all bad. Like, Isabella, imitated a few things, like, stirring a cup with a spoon, she imitated that. She imitated drawing a line on a piece of paper. So there are some things that she did right, and there are some things that were also missing, like eye contact, name calling, some commands. And some of these things, most of these milestones are supposed to come natural. Like, they're supposed to be able to imitate their parents or whoever is around, and they're supposed to, they show emotions, which Isabella doesn't, right? So when I pretend to cry, there's like no emotion whatsoever. Like, she will literally just walk away and act like, it's not acting. So she'll walk away and it's like nothing to her, because she doesn't know. And also playing. When I play with her, she doesn't make eye contact at all. Maybe just here and there, but not enough, for confirmation, as if, she's okay, right? So Before I continue, for those people who don't know what autism is a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges, social skills, repetitive behavior, speech, and nonverbal communication, right? So Isabella, there's no communication whatsoever. Like, let's say if she wants something to eat, there's no way for her to tell me she wants a snack or she's hungry. You know, I just go off my motherly instincts. I'm like, okay, a couple hours pass by, let me give her a snack. Or, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm eating, I feed her what I'm eating, you know? So I have to really be on top of that and be very, very attentive to my daughter due to the fact that she doesn't communicate as a normal child would. Now, how do I feel learning that my daughter is on the autism spectrum, right? So at first, it didn't hit me. I'm like, okay, like I kind of knew my daughter was a little different because Lloyd's best friend, he has a 1-year-old daughter. She's so smart, she's so beautiful, and when she would come over, she would do all these type of things, wave. She learned how to say Bella, like she would want to play with Bella, and she makes so much eye contact, and she does this thing where she's like, you know what I mean? And it's so cute where she's just like, just making eye contact with you and playing with you. That's a game that she's playing, right? So I noticed the first time that the baby came around, Isabella wasn't doing half of the things that she was doing. You know, granted, every kid is different. Every kid learns on their own pace. And I totally understand that, understand that, right? But when it comes to Isabella, I realized that he may have to put a little more effort in teaching her things, things that's supposed to come naturally, right? So again, when I first found out about Bella being on the autism spectrum, it didn't hit me until I started doing my research. So when I started doing my research, I literally just started crying. I started crying because I came across this picture. I believe it was, she had 6 out of the 7 symptoms that was on this picture. And if I could find this picture, I'm gonna post it up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, I've had a rough couple of days, and I finally accepted the fact that my baby girl is different, she's special, and again, she's super smart in her own way. Like, she's fearless, like she's very wondrous, you know what I mean? She's very affectionate, and I love that about her. Like, she is so affectionate towards me. I love the way that she is. She's just who she is, and she's perfect in my eyes. I'm new to this autistic thing, you know what I mean? So whenever I get a chance to read about different stories and watch these different people's on YouTube about their autistic kids, it kind of broadens my knowledge. Be easy with people that have autistic kids, because those kids are so different and so special in their own way. This was a really hard video for me to do just because I feel so vulnerable and I feel sad at the same time that, you know, it just so happens to be me. And this can happen to anyone. I just so happened to notice a few things and reach out for help, and she was diagnosed. So I'm so grateful that I listened to my motherly instincts and listened to my higher self to just continue to do what I have to do for Bella. I have to learn how to be more patient, and having kids, period, overall, will teach you how to be patient, because kids are OMG. Like, you parents out there know what I'm talking about, okay? So, I'm super grateful. I'm super grateful to be her mother. I would not change it for the world, okay? What does this mean for Isabella? There are going to be challenges for you, my darling. Okay, now I am going to be there for her every step of the way. Her father will be there for her every step of the way. We know that we have to put in a little more effort when it comes to our daughter. It's a cruel world out there, so we want to prepare her and we want to protect her as well, right? Because there's a lot of people out in the world that don't know anything about autistic kids. They don't know how they act. They don't know why they're acting the way that they're acting. They don't know why they're so quiet, or why they're so timid, or why they're so to themselves. You know what I mean? And that's just how they are. So I would recommend, if you know nothing about autistic kids, do a little research. You know, YouTube has a broad range of videos. Google has so much information on autism and autistic kids. Again, I just wanted to make an update and an awareness video that this can happen to anyone's kid. Those of you who do not know, I am expecting. I'm currently 11 weeks and 4 days pregnant. So I want to be able to do what I have to do for Isabella, mentally prepare her for her sibling to come into this world as well. Because there's certain situations where she's not aware of anyone around her. You know, it's like she's in her own bubble. Again, that's gonna take some time, but as long as it's being worked on, that's all that matters. Patience, patience, patience. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Okay, those are the main components for her to grow. I guess this is it for this video. I am proud to be a mother of an autistic kid. This is not a sad video. No one's crying. No one is doing any of that. I've been doing that for the past few days, and I literally did not want to put that out into this video. You know, this is just strictly an awareness and an update video. So your girl here is going to stay positive, okay? And yeah, I love you all. I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Peace.